Suffolk County Community College has a state-of-the-art television studio. As a student in the radio and television program, you are expected to know how to use and properly operate every crew position efficiently. This video will be used as a tool to show you how to set up the studio for Suffolk Scene and a brief rundown of each piece of equipment.
The first thing to do when assembling the studio is to turn on the studio lights. This is the simplest step, but very important. The lights are preset, and without adequate lighting, subjects can be overexposed or underexposed. Another simple but equally as important position is the camera operator. The first thing an operator should do is put on a headset. This is so you can follow the directions of a director and get the shot that they're asking for. The operator should unlock the pan, tilt, and wheels to be able to get the perfect shot. When unlocking the tripod, make sure to hold the camera so it does not fall. Each camera is used for a separate shot. Camera 1 is a bust shot of the host. Camera 2 is a 2-shot of the host and guest. Camera 3 is a bust shot of the guest. Camera 4 is the jib, and used as the opening swoop. Each camera is equipped with a teleprompter and should be placed at a reasonable distance from the talent so they can read it easily, approximately 5 feet away from the talent. First, you would get 2 XLR cables. Then, get the microphones and IFBs for the guest and host of the show. Make sure the switch on the battery pack is flipped to the straight line. Next, you plug one of the ends of the XLR cables into the battery pack and the other end into the box on the floor. Then you would take the lavalier microphone out and plug it into the battery pack. Then, you take the earpiece and plug it into the pack. When you're done setting up the IFBs and XLRs, you need to pin the microphone to your clothing. Make sure the wire is looped and hidden. Then, take the earpiece and put it in your ear. Now your talent is all wired up and ready to go.
Now let's move on to the control room. The audio board is next. The board in the control room is the same exact model as the ones in the radio studios. So all of your knowledge of the board learned in Radio 1 will carry over nicely. But just to be safe, here's a quick rundown. The board is in control of all aspects of audio, including music from the digicart, microphones, and channels A and B from the 3-play. To turn on and off a pot, you use these buttons. To control the levels the audio board is outputting, use the fader bar. Make sure to look at the monitor to check your levels. The VU meter on the board isn't as accurate as the one on the monitor. The teleprompter is the next position in the rotation. It's another simple position, but still vitally important. The cameras in the studio will have the receiving end of the prompter, so whatever you put on the screen will be shown to the talent. The prompter also controls how fast or slow the talent will read the script. Try and find a happy medium, so keep in mind that everyone reads at a different pace and that you need to match their speed. To edit the script, you go to the top left of your screen and click Instant Edit. To return back to the prompter function, you go back to the top left of your screen and click Prompt. Next up is graphics. For Suffolk Scene, all of the full-screen graphics in lower thirds are all in chronological order and are preset. All you need to do is edit the name of the host, guest, and director. To edit the graphic, you double-click on the name you would like to change, and the text box will appear. Just type the desired name and press the 0 key on the bottom right side of the keyboard to make the graphic live. The next position is the switcher. The switcher is probably the most complex piece of hardware in the studio and can look overwhelming, so we're only going to go over what you need to know for Suffolk Scene. The switcher controls every aspect that is put out into program, which requires a lot of focus. First thing to know about is the preview and program buses. The program bus controls whatever goes on air, and the preview bus controls what's set to come next. To transition between preview and program, you use the fader bar or the take button. The fader bar is used to dissolve between content and fade to and from black. The take button is used for hard takes. Another function of the switcher is the still store. Images are stored in the banks of DDR1 and DDR2. To select an image, use your mouse and click once on the desired image. Double-clicking will create an automatic slideshow. You can also use the arrow keys found in the small bus. During a live show, the switcher executes any command that the director gives. Each command will be followed by a ready cue. On the preview and program buses, each button is numbered. Buttons 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the corresponding cameras. Button 6 is channel A from the 3-play.
The next position is the director. The director is in charge of the entire show. Anything he or she says goes. The director should be cool, calm, collected, and prepared during every show. As the director, you need to remember to give ready cues. A ready cue will prepare the rest of the crew for what will come next. Sitting next to the director is the assistant director, the AD. The AD is in charge of timing the show and each commercial throughout the show. The AD is expected to know exact times through the show and how to properly use the stopwatch. Remember to project your voice so the director knows how much time is left. Both the director and assistant director need to wear headsets. This will help you communicate with the person operating the 3-play, who will also be wearing a headset downstairs. The 3-play is a small video playback system that holds most of the videos for the show, including the openings, commercials, and endings. While using the 3-play controls, use the wheel to roll through the video. You could press play to start the video, press stop twice to fully stop a video, use the right and left arrow keys to choose a video, and a fade bar if ever necessary. Remember to stay on channel A for the entire show. The last thing that you should learn about is the iris controls. This is just to make sure that all of your cameras are balanced correctly and properly exposed. It controls cameras 1, 2, and 3. Camera 4 has auto white balance and autofocus, and a preset iris, so you won't have to touch this one. Well, this was just a quick rundown, so now you know how to set up the studio properly.